When those lights extinguish, we will be underway for 66 laps of racing here at the Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona. 4, 5, and it's go! Look at Mounier on the left and Stevens on the right, and see if anyone else can come through. There's a move from Grangfist as he pokes out from behind Geoffrey Fournier a little bit further back. Mounier seems to have covered off the lead into turn 1, and Mounier does lead from Stevens. Now look at Lahu, he's got a really good run, and not a good run for Mathieu Winnick. Geoffrey Fournier is going to go past him around the outside and into 4th position. There is a yellow flag. I think someone may have spun. Sergio Fletcher is in the mid-pack, and he's going to get hung out to dry on the outside. Now squeeze to the inside. A little bit of contact with one of the TOP esports cars. And we'll leave it up to you to decide if anyone was at fault for that. But to be honest, this is the kind of thing that happens on the first lap. And then here is Robin Panzer, who goes into the left-hander, gets squeezed. And that is his spin, and that's also that Dylan Fisher who goes off with him. Here is Shepard, who is the first retirement from the race. Goes around the right-hander. Does the car just swap ends?
Oh, he hits Lalu.
Contact. Whoa, and there's a big hit into the wall, and it was Jukka-Pekka Lalu who he touched, which resulted in that spin.
Yeah, so one of the TOPs cuts the corner, and then Shepard thought he got the move done on the inside, and I think there's a miscommunication between the two of them. Lalu was still there on the outside over the curb, and Shepard got the rear left caught on the Super Venturi, and from then on he was a high-speed passenger into a high-speed accident, I'm afraid. So here we go through Verf chicane, uphill towards Campsa, and the rear just lights go very, very early, and yeah, there was, from that point on, he was going straight into the wall there. Tinkle is out. Oh, and it's a very early spin out of turn 3 and a heavy impact with the wall too. Not much left of that, Stacks.
Well, we're going to see a replay. So here is the move that Stevens made, our first lead change of the day. And if today is going to be anything like the previous races, we're going to see a few either through strategy or on the road. But Stevens did indeed get past Loic Mounier up the inside. He will lead them towards that first pit window.
We see Tom Stevens does go into the pits, along with
Stevens,
Dan
Winnick, Grangfist, David Feidock, they're all in. And into the pits comes the leader, Loic Mounier, and Alex Laho and Riot Kilk as well. So Geoffrey Fournier now leads this race. There they are in the stops, and that was very close, but luckily they seem to have got away with it. Out of the pits they come. Where is, well, Stevens has gone through, so Stevens goes through. Fournier pits from the lead, so Mark Schluter leads the race now, the driver who has finished second here the last 2 times of asking. Out of the pits comes Fournier. It's going to be close with Mounier. Mounier does get ahead, stays ahead in the effective order, but Fournier, he wasn't ahead of Lahu before all of this, was he?
He wasn't, he's jumped him.
He's jumped Alex Lahu. Great job from Geoffrey Fournier there. Oh, and very close in the background is the battle between Mathieu Winnick and Jan Grangfist. Round the outside goes the championship leader, and Jan Grangfist will get the move done because that will turn into the inside at turn 5. And I think that's Grangfist. And Grangfist's on the outside. Oh, he loses it! Grangfist spins! Grangfist spins, and does he keep it out of the wall? Grangfist continues to drop down the order. That's a huge crash! For the second race in a row, Jan Grangfist will not be scoring any points through his own fault. He was making that move. It was a 3-wide moment nearly as they got past Vincent Gutt. He goes to the outside of Alex Lowe, and it's as he brakes on the curb, the car swaps ends on him and he smashes into the barriers, loses his entire left-hand side of the car. We see it from on board Jan Grangfist. Now it's interesting, he braked on the curb, but we've seen people doing that all day long and getting away with it. So why did Jan Grangfist's car swap ends on him there?
As in comes Matthew Williams and Simon Frelick and the first of our green stripes. I think that was not Handgraf, it was his teammate coming in, Russo. No, it was Handgraf. As here comes Fournier with the DRS side by side, and nothing Mounier can do. Whoa, as Fournier nearly loses it as well.
We're going to see a replay now from on board with Geoffrey Fournier as he makes that move, that crucial move on Loic Mounier, goes through. Remember, he is on a softer and therefore faster compound of tyre, and it's as he brakes. I really don't think there was contact. I think there was just a big twitch. Jarl Tyen has just passed. Whoa, and a massive twitch from Jarl Tyen as he passes Pollens and then loses out on the exit of turn 2. Tomasz Vok down the straight, and this is in 6th position. Well, he's 7th now. He's about to get up into 6th position, passing Stefan Rohr up the inside. A pretty straightforward move in one of the only overtaking opportunities of the lap. And he will open the DRS when he crosses that white line that you've just seen. And surely he will get close enough, even though the Fraser Tartan car also has its DRS open. Goes to the inside. Whoa, look at that. And a good defensive maneuver there, a defensive chop from Sven Schubert into turn 3. Is it going to be similar to Zolt Schuk's incident? It is indeed. And bump into the wall and loses front and rear wing. We don't normally see yellow flags just because of someone coming into the pits. It may have been something to do with Shimon Froelich, and it is. It's a spin. And he gathers it up and gets going again.
And that dropped him out of the points, that spin, because Hygo Poom went through there.
So Stevens into the pits along with Mathieu Winnick and David Feiduck. Jeffrey Fournier pits. He has to respond now, as does Loic Mounier and Alex Lahoe. The top 3 all coming in together. Whoa, that was nearly contact. Fournier comes out. Now, where will they come out in relation to Stevens? Stevens goes through, but it'll be on the outside line. Fournier might take the lead, and he does. Fournier has jumped Tom Stevens in the fight for what should be the net lead in the race. And if he can break the DRS range, that would put him in an even better situation than he's already in. Who's that coming out of the pits? That's one of the QP Esports cars. They're nearly 3 wide there.
Oh, Tyne in a battle, and that's Martin that's been, has Tyne going around the outside of him, and that should be Maggio making the move through turn 3 as well. Carlos Martin got absolutely mugged there.
Mounier is much further up the road, and we're seeing it now, and they're going nearly 3 wide as Mounier goes through, and Alex Lahoe follows him through, and nearly has a chance to pass Mounier in the process.
As we see, Milnek is going to easily clear Hygo Poom with DRS here. As you can see, is that Martin still fighting in the background. No, it is Martin, sorry. Just clearing Maggio as he forces him wide, and I think Right Kilk is going to get involved along with Pascal Pollens too, if he's not careful here. So Maggio's starting to go backwards.
As Feiduck repasses Sven Schubert, gets back into the top 10.
He can clear Hygo quickly, might be able to catch Moritz Krop, but here we go then with the DRS open on those mediums. This should be a straightforward move.
Thomas Vock now passing Hygo Poom for 8th position. So 23 cars remain.
Schluter round the outside, of Moritz Krop, and just enough space left. That was an amazing move, incredibly well judged from Mark Schluter, and he's in to the top 6. Look, it started to rain. The weather has changed. Yeah, so it's officially showing rain.
16th, 17th position, maybe even higher than that. Bring him in. You've got to do this.
Feiduck in trouble because he's losing positions, hand over fist, and it's Rult that is having a go at him now.
But Stefan Rult comes in. Now this is crucial. Does he go? Surely he's got to go into Inters. Jeffrey Fournier can potentially, and they're side by side, and Stevens takes the lead. Never mind, Tom Stevens has taken the lead of the race.
And they have to come in. The rain is too much, so it's going to be a race in the pit lane.
Jeffrey Fournier escapes the pits now. Will he get out ahead of Tom Stevens? Stevens is moving. They're going to be side by side on the exit. Stevens does just about lead the race.
And look at Mounier. He's absolutely charging towards the back of Fournier into turn 1.
My goodness, so I was just saying the rain would be good for 48, but don't think it is. Mounier goes through on the inside and gets up into 2nd position. Feiduck's out of the race. Oh, what a shame. Vincent Gutt has damage. He's missing his rear wing. You rather have to fill in the blanks with one car missing a rear wing and the other missing a front wing. Then again, they were separate. Vincent Gutt spins off and he hits the wall. Here's David Feiduck. Did he crash out by himself? He was streaming his own point of view. So, some of you would have seen this firsthand.
Over the curb.
And into the wall. And a hit. Okay, well that's the end of the day for David Feiduck.
Russo crashed at the same time. Almost the same thing happened through that Verve chicane. And he just hit the barrier. Even in the wet, Schluter looks still pretty strong here. And Milnek is just struggling to keep in a straight line.
And there's a spin,
Whoa.
and on the inside of the corner, it's Lahoe! Alex Lahoe spins. He was in with a great chance of a podium, but he has spun the car around. Now there's Jarl Tyen fighting with Carlos Martin, goes to the inside. Martin gained by making one fewer pit stop, one less pit stop than the others. Ended up staying out long enough to benefit from the rain, but Jarl Tyen has now gone through and rolls out as he comes through the final couple of corners. He should have more grip than the other cars, but that might also have given him false confidence. He got on the curb, the AstroTurf, and it spun him around and into the wall hard on the inside. Mark Schluter is right on the back now of Mathieu Winnick. He's lining him up. He goes to the inside of turn 1. This is a definite opportunity. Oh, and Winnick holds him off, and there's a little tap, but he just about stays ahead, does Mathieu Winnick. Here's Jarl Tyen now. And he's split the FTRs. He is between Schubert and Kropp. But here comes Tom Stevens out of the final corner. Ever since the rain came down, he has been imperious, and Tom Stevens wins the Spanish Grand Prix for the 3rd year in a row. Fantastic stuff. His first victory of the 2025 season. Stevens wins. Mounier is 2nd. Jeffrey Fournier is 3rd. Then it's Maciej Winnick, Mark Schluter from 13th on the grid. Then the 2 road formulas of Alex Laho and Tomasz Wok. Sven Schubert P8, Jarl Tyen P9, and then Moritz P10. Both of the Fraser Tartans in the top 10, which is a position that neither of them have found themselves in at any point of this season so far. Moritz Kropp nearly finished in the top 10 in Saudi, but dropped back later on in the race. Then it's Carlos Martin, Matthew Williams, Hygo Poom, Pascal Pollens, and Jaak-Pekka Laulu scoring the only point for Super Venturi today.